If you're still looking for something to do to fool your family, this is a great idea. Cristina pulled one over earlier in the show for us,
but you thought I was feeding you dog food when I wasn't.
Well, I did, because I know your sense of humor, and if we weren't on camera, you might try that.
I would never, I told you, I would never sell you or push you under the bus or throw you under the bus. I would never do that. These are, don't they look like real cupcakes? Yeah. Yes, but you know what, when you go and bite into them, it's actually meatloaf with a Yukon Gold mashed potatoes on top, and we put a little food coloring on it. So, you know, it's usually when you think you're gonna eat something, you think it's gonna be sweet, and it turns out to be something else. It kind of throws you off a little bit. So, okay. So we made, please bring in our cupcakes.
Here they come.
Yes. Actually, it's meatloaf with mashed potatoes on it. You want some ketchup with that?
But it is a little upsetting.
No, it's fine.
A little upsetting.
Is it warm? Is it warm, Haley? Is it? Okay. All right, so actually, I know like having mashed potatoes that look like purple is not, you know,
I know, it seems like it's going to be sweet.
Okay, so here's the secret to a moist and juicy meatloaf. And you have to ask your butcher to grind a chuck roast fresh, like you would for a hamburger. And this makes delicious hamburger, by the way. And don't overmix the meat when you are making it, because when you pack it all together, you like it, Shirley?
It's delicious.
It's delicious.
I was mad at first. I wasn't sweet.
Yeah, you were mad.
I was angry.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Well, would you like some chia seeds for it?
No, durian.
Oh, durian. Okay. Don't overmix it or pack it too tight, because what will happen? It'll dry it out, and you don't want to do that. So make sure you don't overmix it. And I use Yukon Gold potatoes because they're very buttery and they're light, and they taste better than the starchy white potatoes anyway. And they'll come up much creamier. So what you're going to do is place your rack in the middle of your oven and put your oven on to 450 degrees to preheat it. And we're going to just do our filling right now. We're going to add some carrots and celery. I mean, onions and carrots. Onions and carrots and celery. Oh my. I'm going to put a little bit of fresh parsley that Shirley Bobshaw actually put into our garden. Yeah, that's from our. Yeah, you should see, Shirley. You should see.
For a second, I thought those were like white carrots. I'm like, really? They make those?
Yeah, no. Well, no.
They make white carrots.
Actually,
they don't.
He was saying he was going to make this for somebody. Who would you do this to?
It's my grandpa, because he loves meatloaf and he likes cupcakes too. And then so for the Easter party, I might make them, and then I might make them, and I'm like, hey, Grandpa, have a cupcake, and he's like, bleh.
You could do that to him if you make these. Yes. So we're going to put our carrots, our onions, our celery, and some parsley into our little mixer over here. Okay, our KitchenAid mixer. All right, this is the part that I love this. Okay, here we go. Oh,
stop.
Yep, no, wait, I'm gonna do that.
You need the force.
May the force be with me. All right, here we go, the force. There
it is.
There.
Look at, there's the force.
It works. It works. Yes.
Nice.
Did you do that for me?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's amazing how that works. You have wonderful powers.
I know I do.
I know. So I'm going to put all of this into our ground beef here, and I'm going to add some sausage. Now, you can use Italian sausage, take it out of its casing, Italian pork sausage or chicken sausage. And to that, I'm going to add some egg, and the reason why I add an egg is I use it as a binder so the meatloaf doesn't fall apart. We're going to add some Parmesan cheese in here too to give it a lovely flavor. And what I do, this is an old trick that my Nonna taught me when she was making meatballs. By the way, you can use this recipe for meatballs too, and the meatloaf, and it'll make it nice and moist as I put some white bread in it and I soak it in milk, okay? Now the milk will also tenderize the beef as well. Yeah, so you're gonna pop all of that.
You have to soak them before, or could you
she just soak them in. Well, yeah, she would soak them. And then we have some breadcrumbs because that acts as a binder as well. All right, put that in there. And the secret ingredient, ketchup. Ketchup. Do you like ketchup? Yes. I like to add Tabasco sauce in here, make it nice and spicy. Mark, could you do me a favor, please? Would you come in here and mix this for me? Yes?
See what she's doing there? She's asking me to do a favor because she's trying. She really likes me. Matthew Hussey tip 101.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to add a pinch of salt and some pepper.
Am I doing this with my hands?
Yes. Now, yes, you have to washing your hands. That's great. All right, then all you need to do, again, this makes a great meatloaf. You could divide it in half, make a meatloaf. Then you can make meatballs if you want. And you could also do a hamburger if you like with this same recipe.
Cristina, I have a meatloaf question.
Yes.
Can I get in?
Really get in there, really.
Every time I've made meatloaf, it's like soggy. And so I'm wondering if you cook it right in these baking cups, if you have a tip for that.
Well, this won't get soggy because, do you put breadcrumbs in it? Do you put the bread?
I followed a recipe, but I cooked it in like a loaf pan, and I thought that was the problem.
Yeah, no, what happens too, it also releases a lot of liquid and a lot of juice, so don't let that bother you. If you follow this recipe precisely, it won't be soggy, but it will render some juice and it will render its fat, so you don't want all that fat in there anyway.
Right.
So, but
It's official. He's no longer the kid on the set.
Okay, all right. So,
I just become the child. This is awesome.
you become the child.
Anybody got anything else they need done? This is great.
He said you could start a food fight with that.
Oh, right?
A food fight.
I may need the helmet for that.
Now, again, these make great meatballs. You like meatballs?
Yep.
Look how cute that is. It's
Food fight! Run!
no.
Okay.
All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to put some of this in there. You're going to put some, I like to make little meatballs with it. Okay, so we'll just put it right in. Again, don't pack it too tight.
Right.
You're going to fill up your muffin tins, put them in the oven, and you're going to bake it for about 20 minutes. Excuse me, Mark, I'm going to come.
I just want to say, okay, Max, you ever see a clown juggle?
Yeah. Okay, let's
Nothing new from him.
No?
I was going to juggle it.
All right, I'm going to pull these out. Here we go.
Look at that. Boom. That's too big, too big.
Oh, it smells delicious. So now we have our meatloaf, and to that, I have our mashed potatoes. Now, you don't have to put food coloring in it. You can leave it absolutely white if you want to just pretend like you have vanilla cupcakes.
But it's more prankster.
See, look at this, and you frost it like you would a cupcake.
Christina,
Isn't that pretty?
ketchup float to the top like that?
No, we sprinkled a little ketchup on top. I'm just a ketchup freak. Look how pretty that is.
Yeah.
I'm going to do one more. And then what really throws everybody off is if you get these edible flowers. You can eat these. And then people, here, let me try to pull it. I should have pulled one out. Here, let me pull it out first. Mark, could you hold this for me real quick?
Sure.
Yeah. Just hold it. Whoops. Okay. Wrong one. Because it's falling apart. Now, you see, it's a little liquid. You got to pour off the liquid, okay?
Okay.
So if you could hold that for me.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to do this, and I'll show you what we'll do. Here we go. We'll put the frosting around one more time.
Sure that's not frosting? That looks
It
just
does.
like
Doesn't
frosting.
it look just like frosting?
Yeah.
And then
So
what'll throw everybody off is if you put the little flower on it, so people will think this is a real cupcake. There you go. Isn't that pretty?
By the way, you have to go to our Pinterest board and see a lot of our stuff.
Yes.
And get followings on that. That's a fun site. And
pretty.
all right, we're gonna duck out.
There it
All this
is.
stuff is on our website, by the way. You can go check out the recipe and see all of Christina's wonderful skills at hallmarkchannel.com.
Tastes like mashed
/Home and
potatoes.
Family. Well, that's because what it is.